in general, you can't keep more than you make. So you want to keep as much as possible. This means you need to have the proper entity structures in place. This means you have to have the proper tax strategies in place. And this means you have to have the proper legal structures in place.
So let's dive right into the secret or the top secrets to building this 6 figures of passive income. So what is the number one secret to doing just that, Chris?
Yeah, so I think the first step is, and this is, people are going to be like, oh, I was hoping for something more shocking. Make more money. So in my book, which you can get a free copy at nextlevelincome.com, I talk about 3 steps. And this is as easy as teaching my 11, 13-year-old boys. Number 1, make more money. Find a high income career, profession, or business where you can become accredited. So I think the key is make $200,000 or more a year in income. That's going to allow you to have capital that you ultimately can invest, and more capital, more opportunities. That's ultimately going to lead you to more freedom.
Excellent. So rule number 1 or secret number 1 is to make more money, get $200,000 or more so you become an accredited investor. Chris Larsen, what is the secret number 2 to having 6 figures of passive income?
Yeah, so this is something that, Brett, you and I have talked about a lot, having you on the show. Number 2 is going to be keep more of that income. So you hear the adage, it's not what you make, it's what you keep. And again, it is what you make, because you can't keep more than you make. Although there are some ways to do that if you've made money in the past or you get tax credits from the government. But in general, you can't keep more than you make. So you want to keep as much as possible. This means you need to have the proper entity structures in place. This means you have to have the proper tax strategies in place. And this means you have to have the proper legal structures in place, because there are 3 insidious things that can rob you of the money that you've made. Those are taxes. This is going to be probably your biggest expense. If I can say, hey, you can keep 50% or double what you're taking home from tax strategies, that's more than most investments are going to be able to give you. Number 2 is a major health crisis, and this could include death. My father passed away when I was 5 years old, which was a big motivator for me to now spend time with my children, my 2 boys, because I value how precious life is. So you have to have the right life insurance. You have to have the proper health insurance, proper disability insurance in place. And then the last one is lawsuits. Somebody can sue you, whether you have your own real estate, your own business. I worked with doctors and surgeons for a lot of my career. And unfortunately, I saw a lot of them. They were sued by patients. And, sometimes they were sued just, they were brought in a lawsuit that had nothing to do with, never even saw the patient, but got sued because they were on call or something like that. So you have to have the right insurance. You have to have the proper legal structures. So if you have a property, it should be in the proper legal structure. So you need to consult with the right consultants and to make sure you have those things in place. Again, Brett, what you do with your company, it also helps in a big portion of that keep portion of the make, keep, and grow strategy.
Absolutely. That sounds great, Chris. So secret number 2 is keep more income. Secret number 1 is make more income. And when you're keeping more income, remember you have the proper tax, legal, and insurance, tax strategies, legal structures, and then proper insurance in place. That is secret number 2. Chris, what is secret number 3 to building 6 figures of passive income?
Yeah, so this is the fun part, right? So you've done the hard work, you're making a lot of money, you've got the right tax, right legal, and right insurance structures in place. So you're keeping as much of that money as possible. Now you can look to grow your money. This is the make, keep, and grow strategy. And you have to decide, do you want to be an active investor or a passive investor? I personally think if you're an active investor, you should be making significantly more than if you're a passive investor, because you're investing your time, you're investing your credit, you're investing your personal risk in those investments. Or do you want to be a full-time passive investor? Both of these are great options. And I personally think you should have a blend of the 2. There's a lot of different investments out there. So you need to work with somebody that can help you decide what type of investments fit for you. Is it real estate? Is it multifamily real estate or self-storage? Or is it something that's more active, like short-term rentals, like car washes? We're a big investor in car washes, both here locally and smaller washers, as well as regionally. They're more of a business. So that's going to be something that can do that. You can buy businesses and invest in things like those. But you need to know the right questions to ask. You need to know how to analyze them. In our course, we have a spreadsheet. It helps you learn the proper questions to ask potential syndicators that you want to work with, helps you analyze these investments and ultimately quantify the returns that you're going to get and rank them and see, hey, are these the right investments for me? But take a step back before you dive into an investment. So if you're like, oh, great, I'm going to start investing in these different things, you need to determine, hey, what is your investment strategy? What is your investment thesis? What do you enjoy investing in? Where do you want to invest? Because where you invest, in my opinion, is as or more important in what you invest in, and ultimately who you invest with. If you're going to be investing in passive investments like syndications, like we do, you need to make sure that you trust those partners that you work with. So again, make more money, keep more of your money, and then grow your money by learning about active and passive investment options and partnering with those that can help you grow your portfolio.